This boy showed up to class late. He walked straight into the classroom. The teacher didn't scold him. Instead, she gently told him where they'd left off, because this boy had a special condition. He was allowed to step out in the middle of class. On top of that, after class the teacher stopped the class president and asked her to bring her notes to the boy. The class president reluctantly headed to the schoolyard to find him. Ito. He was sitting up high, completely absorbed in a novel called 100 Years of Solitude. When the girl showed up out of nowhere with notes, he quickly thanked her.
学級委員さん。
あ、米倉です。米倉由美です。
That brief exchange with the girl, you, left a deep mark on this lonely boy's heart.
米倉由美。
Looking at her neat handwriting and careful notes, Ito couldn't resist drawing a picture in her notebook, but after he finished, he felt like it was inappropriate. The next day when he returned the notes, he kept apologizing. You didn't mind at all. She even told him he could borrow her notes anytime. Ito had always been afraid of interacting with people, even when he liked a girl. All he could do was watch from a distance. He quietly memorized what the girl looked like. Then carefully, with his pencil, drew her calm, gentle face. He got so focused when he drew, that he didn't even notice the teacher walking up behind him.
211どこでの出来事か
Before long, graduation season arrived. A loner like him didn't fit in with the excited crowd at all. His relationship with you had stayed pretty much the same ordinary. You just came over to ask him to write something in her yearbook. And that alone was enough to make him incredibly nervous. His hand trembled as he held the pen, writing out his feelings word by word. When he finished, he couldn't even bring himself to look at it again. He just handed the yearbook back to the girl. You said something quietly. Then he realized that she'd accidentally taken his pen with her. But even something as simple as chasing after her to get a pen back felt like an impossible task for him, because he had a developmental disorder. Both his body and mind were extremely fragile. When it flared up, he'd suddenly struggle to breathe and get lightheaded. Especially in crowded places, he'd be overcome with panic. The school understood his situation, which was why they let him step outside during class to get some air. And just like that, Ito's secret crush came to an end without ever being spoken. But what he didn't know was that you actually liked him too. That day on the schoolyard when she delivered the notes, she got her first real look at the boy, seeing him a little awkward but undeniably cute. You fell for him right then and there. She started looking forward to him returning her notebook, just like he would gently trace his finger over her name. She couldn't help running her fingertip across the beautiful drawing he'd left in her notebook when she snapped out of it. You wanted to know everything about the boy. She'd always found literature boring before, but now she actually started reading 100 Years of Solitude. In class, she noticed he had other books inside his textbook. She couldn't help wondering what he was reading lately. After class, when no one was around, she secretly flipped through his books.